This is TechCrunch. A year after launching a commercial robotaxi service in Abu Dhabi, Chinese autonomous vehicle technology company WeRide and partner Uber can finally call that service driverless. The company said the commercial robotaxi service, which will no longer have a human safety operator behind the wheel, is open to the public and will start with routes on Yas Island, a tourist district that is home to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix Formula One racing circuit. Robotaxi operations in Abu Dhabi will work similarly to Uber's partnership with Waymo in Austin. Uber riders that select Uber Comfort or UberX in Abu Dhabi may be matched with a WeRide robotaxi. Riders who want to increase their chances of being matched with a fully autonomous vehicle can select the autonomous option in the Uber app. Uber and WeRide are also working with fleet operator partner Tawassul. The launch comes a month after WeRide secured a federal permit from the United Arab Emirates to conduct fully driverless robotaxi commercial operations. WeRide and Uber plan to extend driverless services to cover additional areas in Abu Dhabi's city center. Sarfraz Maridia, Uber's head of autonomous mobility and delivery, said, "Today's fully autonomous launch in Abu Dhabi represents a historic transportation milestone, as the first driverless AV deployment outside of the US or China." Uber has spent the past 2 years locking up partnerships with 20 autonomous vehicle technology companies in various countries, including the United States, Europe, and the Middle East. Those partnerships have expanded beyond the realm of robotaxis as well. Uber's deals span the full range of self-driving applications, including delivery and trucking. This year alone, it announced partnerships with Ann Arbor, Michigan-based May Mobility, and Volkswagen, Chinese self-driving firms Momenta, Pony.ai, and Baidu, as well as a recent deal to create a premium robotaxi service using Lucid Gravity SUVs equipped with a self-driving system from San Francisco-based startup Nuro. These deals are finally beginning to materialize into commercial services. For instance, Uber and Waymo launched a robotaxi service earlier this year in Austin. Now, Uber has expanded to the Middle East with WeRide in Abu Dhabi, with even more cities to come, including Dubai. Uber CEO Dara Khosrow Shahi forecast in the company's third-quarter earnings report that there would be autonomous vehicle deployments on the Uber network in at least 10 cities by the end of next year. Uber and WeRide have previously shared plans to expand to 15 cities throughout the Middle East and Europe, eventually scaling to thousands of robotaxis. That would represent a massive leap for WeRide, which today has more than 150 robotaxis in the region. TechCrunch has exclusively learned that several public websites designed to allow courts across the US and Canada to manage the personal information of potential jurors had a simple security flaw that easily exposed their sensitive data, including names and home addresses. A security researcher, who asked not to be named for this story, contacted TechCrunch with details of the easy-to-exploit vulnerability and identified at least a dozen juror websites made by government software maker Tyler Technologies that appear to be vulnerable, given that they run on the same platform. The sites are all over the country, including California, Illinois, Michigan, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Virginia. Tyler told TechCrunch that it is fixing the flaw after we alerted the company to the information exposures. The bug meant it was possible for anyone to obtain the information about jurors who are selected for service. To log into these platforms, a juror is provided a unique numerical identifier assigned to them, which could be brute-forced, since the number was sequentially incremental. The platform also did not have any mechanism to prevent anyone from flooding the login pages with a large number of guesses, a feature known as rate limiting. In early November, the security researcher told TechCrunch that they identified at least one jury management portal for a county in Texas as vulnerable. Inside that portal, TechCrunch saw full names, dates of birth, occupation, email addresses, cell phone numbers, and home and mailing addresses. Other exposed data included information shared in the questionnaires that potential jurors are required to fill out to see if they are qualified to serve on a jury. In the portal seen by TechCrunch, the questions asked about the person's gender, ethnicity, education level, employer, marital status, children if the person was a citizen, whether they were older than 18, and whether they have been convicted or faced indictment for a theft or felony. The vulnerability could have exposed personal health data inside a juror's profile in some cases. For example, if a juror had requested to be exempted from service for health reasons, they may have disclosed what medical reason they think disqualifies them. TechCrunch saw an example of that too. TechCrunch alerted Tyler of the issue on November 5th. Tyler acknowledged the vulnerability on November 25th. In a statement, Tyler spokesperson Karen Shields said that the company's security team confirmed a vulnerability exists where some juror information may have been accessible via a brute force attack. We have developed a remediation to prevent unauthorized access and are communicating next steps with our clients, the statement said. The spokesperson did not respond to a series of follow-up questions, including whether Tyler has the technical means to determine if there was any malicious access to jurors' personal information and whether it plans to notify people whose data was exposed. This is not the first time Tyler left sensitive personal data exposed on the internet. In 2023, a security researcher found that, due to a separate security flaw, some U.S. online court record systems exposed sealed, confidential, and sensitive data, such as witness lists and testimony, mental health evaluations, detailed allegations of abuse, and corporate trade secrets. In that case, Tyler fixed vulnerabilities in its Case Management System Plus product, which was used across the state of Georgia. Two other government technology providers were exposing data in that case. Catalyst through its CMS 360 products, a system used across several U.S. states, and Henshin and Associates through its CaseLook court record system used in Ohio. That's it from TechCrunch. For more tech stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.